So you can hear him reporting that I was in custody, but you'll never hear him give any commands prior to that.
That was Max Tedford reporting. Reading Police Chief Brian Barner confirmed the initial use of force review found the off-duty officer did not violate department policy. Valdez claims that while he was booked and charged, the Shasta County District Attorney's Office has still not filed any charges in the case.
Hell, you got us looking at Trailhand. How about we start from the beginning and then we'll come back to the end. Y'all bear with me, man. This video gonna be a little longer than usual. Definitely a beautiful Thursday night, though. Praise God.
What? Get on the fucking ground, motherfucker.
What did he do, sir?
What did I do? What did I do? You are obstructing a public officer is what you're doing. No, I did not. I didn't do nothing. Officer Reason, Reading Police Department police officer. So get away from the children and the women. I didn't do nothing.
What did he do, officer?
Yeah, what you got? 415 subject.
I didn't do nothing.
Shasta County Sheriff's Deputy
Yes.
off duty.
What did he do?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
Tell him to quit touching me. Get away from the women and the children. And
He did nothing but exercise his First Amendment right, and this guy came up and assaulted
No,
him.
he cannot. That's 415 PC.
We got cops coming right now.
Tell him to quit touching me.
You got any weapons on you, sir?
No.
Mind if I check?
No.
Okay.
He can.
Well, we can too.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can.
No.
Yes, we can. I have identified myself, and so is he.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Quit touching me. I did not do nothing. Would you like me to get on the ground? Would you like me to... You're hurting me. I can't breathe.
Stop resisting, dude.
I am not low. Not my left wrist. I am not resisting.
You are resisting.
No, I'm not. I have a hard time breathing. What did I do?
You didn't listen. I told you to leave multiple times.
I was waiting for my wife.
You could have waited down the road, and you refused.
It's a public place.
It's not a public place when you're yelling and screaming at young kids. Those are children. Those are young children.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Can I get up?
No. Playing you good. I got my kids.
Yeah, I'm good. Bye.
Trailhand Bill, reporting live from South Florida. I always be telling y'all I'm gonna leave a link, and then sometimes I be forgetting. Not to the print reference or the original video when I cover these stories, but it might be like there's another story I covered, so this is an update, and I'm gonna leave a link, then I forget. So this is one of those times, and if I remember, I will leave the link to the original video when I covered this, and even if I don't, I plan on leaving the news coverage of it on the end of this video, Lord willing. But the name of that video, if you care to hear my ranting and commentary and you didn't, on the channel, is Violent Tyrant. It's Attack a Man for Knowing His Rights, and this was 2 weeks ago. I am Trailhand Bill, reporting live from South Florida. I will be honest with you guys, when I first did that video that I just told you about, I said, hey, I found the body camera, you know what I mean, the full footage, and I'll be back. And I intended to do that right after, and I didn't, but I always knew I would be coming back because I had it saved in an open tab. And I watched a lot of this video then, and so this time, guys, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I couldn't watch that, fam. I could not watch that. He looked like a white dude, but I think he's actually Hispanic. That does matter in just the factual details, but does it matter in the greater scheme of things? I'm not so sure. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I was initially confused too. Why I didn't watch this, because it's very infuriating to watch. You know, I'm a Christian. Homie jumped in the comments and told me, you know, it's clear that I haven't read the Bible because of a comment I made in the last video, guys. I don't read the Bible. Where I'm from, we do not read the Bible. We do not follow Christ because our grandfather and grandmom and father and mother and aunts and uncles did. We follow Christ because he has compelled our hearts to come to him. And so we don't just read the Bible. And this is what I told the gentleman in the comments. We Berean the Bible. Now, if you don't know what Berean means, and if you don't know who the Bereans are, then maybe you haven't delved deep enough into the scriptures. But I say that because I frequently mention, and haven't in a while, a lot of people have a hierarchy in which they see human life through and the value of human life. And it kind of goes, men are on the bottom of the totem pole of that hierarchy. And depending on who you are, women and children, or children and women come first, right? And then it's just men. And hell, I mean, if we even make the list, because some people will put their pets before us. I hear pet owners, and I want to tell you pet people something. Shout out to you. I respect you, but I do not see pets like you do. If you have a pet, the lens that you view them through, that's your right to view them through. Them motherfuckers ain't no more valuable than human life to me. I know some of y'all feel like that, but I don't. Human life is the most valuable thing God created. You have a right to see life through your eyes. I have a right to see it through mine. Shout out to the pets and the pet owners. But I say that because this is how we got here, and there are a lot of coward motherfuckers out there who feel this, let me slow down because this is where I get the fumbling and mumbling. You feel this sense of moral superiority because you can step into a situation and feel like you're protecting what a lot of people see as a more superior people group amongst humans, women and children. Them motherfuckers lie. Listen, you can bring me go to the maternity ward and give me the baby that just came out of his mother's womb because the father and the mother consummated. That motherfucker life ain't no more valuable than the one on a hospital bed with the death date. Like, yo, you have a terminal illness. You're about to die in a few minutes. Neither life is more valuable than the other. One may be more vulnerable than the other, but neither. I'm a Christian. I Berean the Bible. That shit don't make no sense. There is not a life that's more valuable than the other. So you social justice warriors who feel like it makes you a better person because you always willing to rush to protect women and children, now you know what the fuck going on. You not know better than nobody else with your coward ass. Should you not see what's going on? Do you not live in the world, and have you not been in this world long enough to know that women and children are some of the most evil, vitriolic, demonic motherfuckers amongst us? And all of us are. But for some reason, and I know what most of the reason is, I feel like I know what most of the reason is, we feel this need to feel morally superior than people. So if we come to the rescue of those who've been elevated amongst us, that makes us better. No, it make you a motherfucking blind-minded coward. That's what the fuck it make you. That's what he kept throwing up. I can't stand when people use these bullshit ass special interest terms. People insert women into the conversation. People insert mother into the conversation. People insert children into the conversation because it's supposed to pull on our heartstrings. Why isn't someone being human enough for your heartstrings to be pulled? That's the message I'm trying to send to the world through all of my content. I always mention all of my platforms. If you were to find them, you would see that's the same shit I always say. Being human should be enough to make you want to treat somebody like they're human. There needs to be no special interest categories. We were all created in the image of God. And even if you don't believe that, motherfucker, we are all human. These women out here constantly saying they're better than men, they're stronger than men. Well, so, man, I ain't gonna get into that bullshit ass conversation. Human life is valuable. There are some human lives. You got men, women, and children who are mentally incapacitated, physically incapacitated. How do you measure that? They're more vulnerable than us, but their lives aren't more valuable than anyone else's. It pissed me off to hear this coward ass off duty cop keep saying women and children. Motherfucker, you better tell your kids, and I would tell my kids the same thing. You go out in public, you are subject to be exposed to things that happen in public. Now, let me say that before I forget to say it. Do I want anybody, if I had kids, to be out here cussing my kids out? Hell no. Hell no. I do not. I would probably want to have a conversation with you about that. I'm just going to be real. But can I conceive of situations where kids do things that might get their ass cursed at? Yes. And if you feel this sense of superiority where you have to protect women and children that you don't know to this degree, you attack that man. You lucky he knocked your bitch ass out. If you feel that about a guy you don't know about, women and children you know anything about, how the hell you think he feel about the woman that he married, family? You done refuse to let him in. Now he got to take his wife around the corner and park and walk back with her? Bitch, how you didn't know his wife got some kind of illness when she young? It is more vulnerable to her body for her to walk through. He just love his wife. That's more than enough. That's his wife. You instigated this situation about some motherfuckers you don't even know. I do not believe for 1 second this man is lying when he say they told him he couldn't come in with his spouse, the woman that he married, the love of his life, but then he turned around and seen other motherfuckers getting in. Man, y'all done lost your damn mind out of here. I do not have to see the people that I love. I do not have to see me. I love me too through a lesser lens than you see the people that you feel should be elevated. I don't blame this man. I believe it happened just how he said it happened. I don't blame him on a human level for cussing their ass out. I don't know how old the kids were. Frankly, I don't give a damn. If they're old enough out there to be pretending to be Johnnies, masquerading as Johnnies, then they're old enough to probably be out there doing some shit to get their ass cussed out. I don't blame him in a human aspect for doing that. Now, from a mature aspect, it's crazy because my homie called me today and told me he had an incident like this. If it weren't for time's sake, I would tell y'all about it. Now, from a maturity aspect, nah, big dog, we can't be doing that. You got to handle that in a better way, especially if it's kids, because we want to set a better example for them. We see the example that these coward-ass masquerading heroes set for them. They attack Americans on behalf of, air quotes, women and children for exercising their human and American liberties. That is the example they're setting for them. So, of course, on a moral level, we do want to set better examples for society in general. Yes, specifically for our children, because Lord willing, they are the future. But I'm not mad at this gentleman for having a human moment that he seemed to admit to. And for being human. And for being American. He got attacked by a coward-ass cop. You are lucky he did not knock your coward ass out. And then his partners, you see what they do? All they got to do is get a call. No investigation whatsoever. Y'all come and attack this man too. Do you got weapons? What if I do? Is that illegal? This is America, right? I have a right to arm and defend myself, right? I know y'all want to be the only ones armed out here because you're tyrannical, want to be dictating ass vaginas. But what if I do? What law have I broken? There's so much more I want to say about this story. This gentleman did not deserve this. He was trying to go enjoy a public moment with the love of his life. And this is what being American in America turned into for him and his family. You think he give a fuck about them women and kids that were making life harder for him and his wife? That you felt morally superior for air quotes protecting? I mean, I'm pretty sure he looked back on this and say he wish he would have handled it a little different. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he doesn't. But I guarantee you, he probably loves his wife again much more than you pretend to love those women and children. It's pissing me off, man. Here's that coverage so y'all can get a better idea of what happened here. Call them cowards.
Reading police have responded to a viral video showing part of a physical fight between an off-duty officer and a man from MacArthur during cool April nights. The North States News' Max Tedford met with that man, Norman Valdez, to hear his side as well. And Max is where the arrest was made. Max.
Well, Mike, the arrest happened more than 3 weeks ago, but it wasn't until it hit Reddit over the weekend that it blew up. And while it has overtaken local conversation, it provides little to what happened leading up to the arrest. But now information from Reading Police and Valdez himself is giving us a clearer picture.
There is a lot of misinformation being put out. I've heard I should be deported. I grow marijuana.
According to Norman Valdez, he and his wife arrived around 11:20 a.m. at the dirt lot along Butte Street where they'd parked for cool April nights in years before, but were stopped from entering.
I came over here because this is where we parked last year. I watched 4 cars pull out, and they refused to let me go in or turn around.
Reading police say Valdez started yelling at RPD Explorers, which are 14 to 21-year-old volunteers with the department, about parking in the lot. 2 female RPD community service officers stepped in. Police claim he was yelling profanities at all 4 and refusing to move. Valdez denies this. Did you, in that initial interaction, they claim, I think you were yelling, you were
No.
shouting at them?
I did not in the initial interaction while we were in the car.
He claims after about a minute of back and forth with the group, the off-duty officer approached and yelled something at him and his wife, but all he heard was move or get arrested. Valdez drove off and parked further away. When they walked back, they saw cars being let in.
When I came back, I watched her let about 8 people in, which is, it's only like a 2-minute walk from around the corner, and I cussed her out.
Valdez admits he was angry about being blocked from using the lot he felt others were using freely. Reading police say the off-duty officer saw Valdez come back and start aggressively accosting the 2 CSOs and volunteer explorers, flashed his police ID, and told him to leave.
He lifts his shirt up, which he had his firearm tucked in here, and he flashed his wallet, no badge, but I can't see that close because I need glasses.
Valdez says the off-duty officer continued to shove and yell at him while he tried to leave. Police say a uniformed officer and an off-duty Shasta deputy both arrived soon after, claiming Valdez did not comply with commands, which led to his arrest.
Hear him on that video call it in, 1 in custody for 415. So you can hear him reporting that I was in custody, but you'll never hear him give any commands prior to that.
That was Max Tedford reporting. Reading Police Chief Brian Barner confirmed the initial use of force review found the off-duty officer did not violate department policy. Valdez claims that while he was booked and charged, the Shasta County District Attorney's Office has still not filed any charges in the case.
Funny how that works. And so we're clear. If you think there's any life more valuable than the next life, you have a right to see life how you see it. I think you're misguided in ways that may make you a coward as well. Man, woman, or child. Nobody better than nobody out here. We are all created in God's image because He said so. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.